you pretty much know everything you're going to see in the movie by the first 10 or 20 minutes. Now that's not a story. A story is something that constantly unfolds. I'm not talking about like this quick left turn or a quick right turn or a big surprise. I'm talking about it unfolds.
Try and remember the last movie which you watched which did not follow a linear pattern. Most movies go from point A to point B to point C, which is a very linear and a predictable pattern of storytelling. Few movies break this rule. Movies like Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction does not follow a linear pattern. It's like a puzzle. The movie shows you blocks and bits and pieces of the film, and the movie's actual ending is not even the ending of the film, because few of the characters shown in the ending of the film, one of the character shown at the ending of the film is actually dead a few scenes ago. So I really like such movies which try and experiment with screenplay and way of telling stories. And while Pulp Fiction and few other films do really break this linear path of storytelling completely, there are a few films that partially break this rule, which means they do not show a protagonist or an antagonist or an important character or a character that has the most amount of screen time at the beginning of the film. Few films might show the climax of the film in the beginning of the film and try and form a loop. Few films show a character which is important to the film, but we know the importance of the character later in the film. Until the half of the film, we don't even know why that specific character was shown in the beginning. So one such movie is Bramayugam. This video is going to be divided into 3 chapters to make the video simpler. The first chapter is the big picture. We'll discuss a few important scenes, few of my personal favorite scenes, and few of the scenes which are important to the plot of the film in this segment. So the very first scene that comes up to my mind is the very first scene where the house owner and the traveler first meet, and I'll be referring to these 3 main characters as house owner, the cook, and the traveler. So when the traveler and the house owner, or when the person who loses his way and the house owner first meet, it is where the director takes a bit different approach, and the whole black and white thing adds on to it. Notice the constant tension that the director was able to build throughout this scene. This scene had enough pauses for the actors to emote, for the actors to express what they were trying to do, and it had enough pacing for the audiences to not feel disengaged or feel bored. So this is where we get to know that this movie has nailed that pacing and storyline and the philosophy pretty well. So there's an interesting nuance in this scene, which is where the house owner takes long pauses in between, just to make us feel that he's not what he is, or he's hiding something, or he's behaving a bit odd here. He insists on the traveler to stay in his house, even though he wanted to leave the house. He just wanted some food, and that's it. He wanted to reach his home and go back to his place. And this is where the cook starts acting a bit weird, and this acting a bit weird thing is continued till the very end of the film. The third scene is the dinner scene. It is where we see the house owner and the traveler sit together to have dinner, and it is this point of the movie where the traveler praises God for giving him this food and shelter, which is where we see the odd behavior of the house owner amplify even more, because his response is a bit odd. He says that destiny has brought you here, and I am the one who provided you with food and shelter, not God. So this is an interesting scene to set up the tension and the nature of the relationship between this traveler and the house owner. The third scene is the game scene. It is where we see the house owner and the traveler play the game, play a board game. Actually, the house owner insists uh, the traveler to play the game, and the traveler does not agree at first, but the house owner forcefully lures him and makes him play the board game, but with a bet. If the traveler loses the game, he has to pay the owner with his time. And after this very scene, we see that the traveler is getting old. He's slowly aging. His aging has become faster, and he's lost all track of time, and he has started forgetting his memories. He has started forgetting his mother. So all of this makes up for a really interesting scene and sets up the movie going forward. Now that we have discussed about all the characters and all the instances and all the important scenes, let us discuss the core philosophy or core idea of Bramayugam. See, Bramayugam, I think, is a movie which draws inspiration from yugas in Hindu mythology, and I'm sure these kind of concepts exist in other mythologies as well. So what Bramayugam does is it tries to show you era where delusion and illusion and everything related to magic were considered pretty real. So it is a fantasy world for sure, but they have created a fantasy world which feels real, which does not feel fake. Bramayugam's story feels like it could take place somewhere. Maybe it took place in some part of India. Maybe it has that folklore vibe to it, which makes it a better movie overall. And just being a folklore movie does not mean the movie is good. The movie has other things to nail, and Bramayugam definitely did nail those things. Bramayugam is a story, is a tale which often personifies a few already known beings or already known elements from across mythologies. Like the Chatan is the devil. This cook is the only person who knows everything, and he seeks revenge. And this traveler is the prisoner of the house. So if we look at Bramayugam in that sense, it is a tale of illusion. As the title suggests, Bramayugam, the age of illusion. Now, on concluding everything, the very end of the film shows a Portugal army entering the forest, which could mean a few things. It either means a new era is about to begin, where maybe illusion and delusion and these kind of things might go away or become less powered, or it just means that Chatan, who's the devil in this movie, has got one more target and has got one more mission where he can trap those army men in his house, or maybe show them some illusions. He may trap them in time like he did with the traveler. He could do a lot of things. The ending of this film is pretty open-ended. It depends on what we as audiences feel about the film. Okay, now that we are done with the review or decode or whatever you would like to call it, do tell me in the comments if you like this video, and do tell me where I can improve. It is the very first breakdown I decided to make, because I saw Bramayugam recently, so I wanted to make a review on that. Although I fumble a bit here and there, I think I'll improve upon it as I make more videos. So I'm still hopeful. Let's see. Um, do tell me if you have any other ideas, or suggest me some movies I can talk about. Bye.